What is up, dudes? It's Jeremy. I made a video talking about this Unreal Tournament competition, and there's a very cool story. I said I would do a part two, so I feel like I have to do an intro to the other, because they're so in conjunction, but I didn't want to make a 20-minute video about me talking about something I made 10 years ago. So the first video that I posted was me reacting to someone else playing a custom map that I made for a competition in high school, a video game design competition. And I got someone to check out this map that I've had this file saved for 10 years. And at the time I bought the game Unreal Tournament 3, right? But I didn't have a PC that was good enough to play it. So I waited. I figured I would get one eventually. And then I got this laptop. Wasn't thinking about the Unreal Tournament 3 thing, which was a disc, and this laptop doesn't have a disk drive. So a few weeks ago, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I've never done this. Like, I want to check this out. Realized I don't have a disk drive. I could have bought one, I know, but I wanted to see it like that day. So I got on the Discord for Unreal Tournament, did some chatting or whatever, and a couple people were like, yeah, I'll send you some videos. I'll play your map. So cool to finally see this map that I made 10 years ago. I haven't seen it since I was doing test runs on it for this competition. I guess they showed like a sizzler reel of it at the competition, but you know, it's not the same. So anyways, I wanted to make another video with like some behind the scenes, some more like detailed stuff about it, I guess. The rules of the competition, I'll start there. So I was in high school at the time. I was a senior. So this was 2010 when we did this. The game would have been out for, I think, 3 years. And you went to like a 5-day course on video game design, map editing, and then you got a couple days to actually work with the Unreal Engine or the Unreal Editor. And you had someone kind of show you the ropes a little bit. After that 5-day thing, you had, I want to say 2 weeks. It may have been longer than that. I don't think it would have been any shorter, but maybe. No, I think it was 2 weeks. So you had 2 weeks. Immediately, I did like simultaneously, they had another one for like web page design, and I also tried that and failed miserably. My idea was to do like a Borderlands website with info about the game and stuff, and it went awfully. But this, I was so sucked into the Unreal Editor. I loved every aspect of it and really put in a ton of time into making this one map. It really opened my eyes to what developers do for games. And again, this is 10 years ago, and this is just a kid doing this mediocre map. Like, I can't imagine the people who do these huge projects. A lot of times they're using original engines. They're not using a map editor, but this was kind of just a really cool intro. And I think if you're interested in that, in any aspect, you should give it a shot. And map editors, like with the Halo Forge and things like that, like they're fun to mess around, but it was really cool to like very seriously consider a lot of different aspects of creating a map for a game. Dreams would be like the choice of mine right now for the PS4. Some of the work that people are doing is insane. So you had 2 weeks to do this competition. Now, by the end of the week, you really didn't have time to do much for your own map because you're learning everything at the same time, right? So mostly what I was doing in that time was just drawing concepts, and I took a lot of different concepts from different games and combined them to make this map that I made. The name of the map was Mansion, and I took that from Gears of War Mansion. I loved the idea of like having this really old building with a courtyard and having teams spawn on either side and battle inside the mansion, outside the mansion, that kind of thing. So that's the original. And I know, I don't think I said this already. You also had to submit a paper describing like different concepts and how you came up with what you did and why and everything. And a big key point was they wanted to know if you were making an asymmetrical map or a symmetrical map. I think there's a different word for it, but anyways, I went with something symmetrical, right? So teams spawn on both sides. Other than decorations, it really doesn't differentiate itself from one another. And then inside, you kind of have this battle area, this court, whatever. What do you call that? What do you call like the inside, like a lobby of this mansion, I guess, with some decorations and some weapons. And it's a big open area, which I realized after testing it that open areas are kind of more fun for games like Unreal Tournament, whereas a lot of the other parts of the map are more for something like Gears of War or something with like some tactical moves, some espionage. And there wasn't really there's no like wall peeking or anything in Unreal Tournament. So there's some concepts that don't work super well, but it was really fun to work with anyways. So by the end of the week, I knew I wanted to do this mansion, and I knew I wanted to make a bat cave, an area where you would swim underwater, I think I knew I wanted to swim underwater right away. Because that was the most difficult part, was trying to figure out how to program the water aspect, like slowing your character, changing the color of the screen. I had to look up a lot of online tutorials because the actual class was really just basic, like creating floors, walls, texture tiles, setting weapons, setting decorative pieces. Everything else I had to come up with on my own, like the sound, the atmosphere was something I totally didn't expect. The class was almost set up if you were making it a completely interior building, but doing this exterior where there are no walls that surround you was really complicated. What I ended up doing was there's like an object, a sphere, and I ended up taking this one that looks like a galaxy and blew it up massive and basically made a kill zone for anywhere. If you were to jump the fence, if you were to escape the map, you would immediately die. But if you watch your death screen, your character would fall like 1.5 miles and then actually hit a bottom, which just looked like a galaxy. So that was cool. I was able to figure out how to do that, right? So open this huge sphere, and then the map is just within that. I don't know. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about some of the like problems I encountered and some really fun stuff on a game that's 15 years old almost. Oh, it's crazy. I can't imagine what kind of problems people go through now when they do video game design. So once I got working with it a little bit, I wanted to do like a raised tier in the courtyard. So you'd have your courtyard, your bat cave, and then a raised courtyard. And one of the objects available is a greenhouse. So I thought it would be cool to do this greenhouse and do like a bio rifle and some like bio green slime related stuff up there. And that worked out really well. And then once I got all that done, I was like, how cool would it be to have a sniper drop on top of the mansion? So I had to come up with a way to get to that, right? So I had to do a lot of research on how to make an elevator. More complicated than I expected, but either team could run around the back of the map, take an elevator up, and then there actually were some cool set pieces, like a bell. And it looks kind of clock tower-ish when you go up there, although it's fairly plain too. I think other than that bell, there isn't much. But you would go up and you could get a sniper rifle if you were a sniper and do some cool stuff there. But, and my idea with that was you can, if you perfectly time it up, and I can't play this video, so I mean the game, so I can't show you this. If you time it up perfectly, this is like an Assassin's Creed thing that I wanted to incorporate. If you time it up perfectly, you could actually jump from the building to the water into the Batcave, which I thought was so cool. But I won the competition. It was super unexpected whenever they played the reel and they started showing the top 5. I was getting so nervous when I didn't hear my name because like my family was there, my girlfriend was there. Like I was really starting to sweat bullets. And then finally I saw my map. I saw them playing my map to like some Ride the Lightning by Metallica. And I was just like, it was just such a cool moment. And like that memory is forever burned into my head. So yeah, that's my story. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one, dudes.